Today we're going to do a roly-poly puff pastry with potatoes and shiitake mushroom, and this recipe is available in our cookie dough. Right, so I'm going to show you how we boil our potatoes in our simmering basket. So we just chop our potatoes, add in and place these potatoes in the simmering basket, and here we go. So we have to put water, we have to put teaspoon of salt, add in everything, and then it goes into boiling, right? So it says insert everything, and it's so well guided, you know. So it takes about half an hour for us to boil the potatoes, but I've already done ahead all the ingredients, so I'm just going to show all of it. What we need later on is some butter, some a little bit of cheese, and the shiitake mushroom that I've already simmered and cooked it so that we can chop it with our shallots. Now everything has been given guided cooking, so it's very easy. Just follow step by step. So I'm just showing you some of the ingredients that I'm going to use. Right now I've also prepared my pastry. I've taken out from my fridge, and I'm going to place that down on my parchment paper and start rolling. And what we get in the end is this one, where we mix all the boiled potatoes with the shiitake mushrooms and the cheese. We mix everything up and you get a nice lovely filler. Now this filler can be used you know, on any of your pastries, short crust pastries, or you can add it onto your breads. You know, it's so tasty and so lovely. Or it can be just as a spread on your biscuits, etc. It's really lovely, you know, I love it. And my children too loves it. So this is how it looks like, okay? So let's go on. And I'm going to show you how we need a little bit of flour. So we're going to place some flour on it, on our pastry that is from the fridge. And I'm going to just roll it into a nice oblong shape. So I'm going to shape it again, as I had earlier showed you our last video of how to lengthen our pastries without rolling too much. Okay, so this is how we are doing it. And we keep on doing that until we get a thin layer, then we roll it so that we can get a square piece. Okay, and I'm going to roll that aside, and then there's less mess around it. Right, so there we go. So we get a nice lengthy roll, and we want it thin because then we're going to spread the filler of potatoes and shiitake mushroom on into our puff pastry, and then we're going to roll it. And I'm going to show you how to roll it and make it look really a nice lovely roly-poly. And we're going to later on the oven at 200 degrees and bake it for 25 minutes. Now all this depends on your oven, okay, temperature. So do gauge and find out and see what temperature is good for your oven. But generally, according to the cookie dough recipe, it is 200 degrees. And here we have a nice lovely thing, right? The pastries is well done. We can spread a little bit of flour on it and both sides of it, so we can sort of pull it out, and then we can roll it easily, right? So if you feel that it is very difficult to pull it out, I would suggest that put it back again in the fridge. Now then you put it, roll it around it. It looks like I may have to put it in the fridge because I had left it a little bit longer out there. Okay, but I am able to pull it out, as I can see. Right, so we are able to do that. So I'm going to use a spatula to pull it out, and I'm going to put a little bit of flour as I'm going to roll. Okay, so I'm going to put that down so that we can sort of roll it later on easily. Right, so this is beautiful about the parchment paper because then I'm able to, you know, just work around it. There it goes. And I can pull it out and then just put a little bit more flour so that I can work around. Now the next stage is for us to use the filler. This is the filler, and I'm just going to roll it around it. Fill it up, the whole place. Okay? Just fill it up. And we're going to put it all over and fill it up. Then we're going to roll it. So you can just take that and put it around. And I'm going to take a spatula and then just push it. Make it into a nice, lovely filler. So yeah, at any time, if you find that your puff pastry is getting warmer and much more soft, then I would suggest that straight away put it in the fridge. Let it become, chilled, so that it's easy for you to roll it and fill it up, and the butter doesn't get melted. So then you get layers of the puff coming out. Okay, so here we have. Right, so got a little bit of my thing here. So I'm going to use up every part of it because this is so lovely to eat. And there we go. We have that. And the next stage for us to do is to roll it. So I'm going to take it in, if you can see it. Okay? And I'm going to gently roll it into a nice round. And you're going to, or you can take a parchment paper and just start moving it a little bit at a time so that it gets rolled in. So there you go. Oh, there we have a nice, lovely rolled pastry. So mine is a little bit more damp because I'm showing it to you. So if I was then on your own, then I would suggest that you can use a little bit of water to seal it up the edge, okay, so that it won't come out when it's baking. Now we have that, and then the next stage for us is to cut. Okay, cut them into nice rounds. You can have it at 4 cm in what do you call the depth of it, right? The length of it, and then you just bake it. And let me bring my baking sheet here, which I've already done, and just place it around it, right? So there we go. And I'm going to show you the alternate, if you don't want to do the round ones, you can do any shapes that you like. Okay, any shapes that you like. And here we have, so this is one part of it that I've done. And let me show it to you, the other one that I've done, so that you get to see another shape whereby I have already put some what you call cheese on the top. So this is how it looks. There you go. Look at that. It looks so pretty and nice. So this is a bold shape. I've got 2 guests of young children coming over this evening, so I'm going to give this to them. So this is how it looks, and you can, if you're not ready to bake as yet, you can always keep in the fridge for a day or half a day, and then in the evening you bake it and serve warm. It tastes so lovely, and I'm going to keep this in the fridge right now. And let me come back and show it to you, the ultimate taste of the puff pastry that has been baked, right? So this is how it looks. Isn't this beautiful? Look at that. And of course the recipe of how to make the dip is also in the cookie dough recipe. So I had used the cream, and since I didn't have chives, I used dill. So this is how it looks, the dill, right? And I'm going to show you puff pastry. There you go. Look at that, how it looks like, right? I'm going to cut that into half, and you get to see the pastry, how it looks, right? So you have the crumbs there, and all you have to do is just take that and whew, I'm dying to eat this. This is really good. Hey, there you go. This is really good. You know, you're getting a 5-star food at home rather than going to a pastry shop and getting all this and it costs you a bomb. Well, you can feed the entire family with this. So do try the cookie dough recipes, and they're so lovely. Can't resist. So we have the Roly-Poly puff pastries, of potatoes and shiitake mushroom. Do try, folks, and it's so lovely, and the family will enjoy a nice, hot, steaming pastry that's coming out of your oven. So I'll see you next week. Bye!